So if you could just type in yes, and so on. But good evening to everyone.
Good evening, sir.
Okay, okay. Right, guys, I'm gonna put everyone on mute because it's sort of have an echo effect on the inside of it. So if you've got any questions that you would like to ask and so on, you can always type in the chat box, okay? Okay, I'm still waiting. I've only seen one person. Only one person. I've actually said anything really. Um, can I see people typing in, please? Can I see people typing in? Can I see people typing just yes or no in that reply box, please? Right, guys, can everybody just type in yes, no, and so on, so I know that you can hear me? Trading psychology is the most challenging, and in terms of understanding yourself and understanding how your mind and your brain works, that's what trading psychology is about. And until an individual can understand himself, which is almost like all of us, we I would say we all are classically conditioned from when we were brought up. And our brain tends to want not to do stuff that seems challenging. So it's almost like we've got to tell ourselves or tell our brain to do stuff. Um, right, guys. I've got a few people was trying to get in and now trying to call me. So just give me 1 minute, guys. Now let's get back to this thing. In future, guys, when we've got a meeting for 7:30, we can't have Caribbean time. We need to have proper time. Okay. So what we've got is in terms of the trading psychology here, which I said basically it's very difficult. That's one of the hardest thing for anyone to try and manage, really. Yeah, the psychology, because we can have all the strategies in the world. If our psychology is not where it should be, then we're going to struggle. Then what I'm also going to then do is I'm going to show you one of the strategies that I use, which is supply and demand, zones, levels. And then once I finish doing that, then I'm going to talk to you about the deals that I can offer you in terms of trading support, and then helping you to move forward and get started where your trading is concerned. Yeah, hopefully that makes sense, guys. What would be nice as well is if while I'm doing this discussion here and training, that people actually sometimes just writing into the dialogue box, so therefore I can sort of engage with you. If I say, for example, if I'm going too fast or if I'm going too slow. So can we basically do that for me, please, while we're going through this presentation? Thank you. Right, now the next bit now that this is important that we do an earning disclaimer. An earning disclaimer basically, every effort has been made to make accurately represent my product and its potential. There's no guarantee that you'll earn any money or income at all, because basically, guys, this is something that I've got to, make sure that I emphasize, because it's really important, and this is by law, that I've got to do every time I do a presentation. Okay, so for example, one of the things is that such earnings potential is at all times entirely dependent on the person using any of my products, ideas, and techniques. Now, my products are not to be construed as get-rich scheme, guys. Where trading is concerned, this is not a get-rich thing. Quickly, this is about patience, and most businesses that starts within a period of time. More than 50% of all new businesses starts always fail. So what I'm saying, basically, if people are persistent and do the due diligence, then people will succeed. And that's what I'm about. Right. So the risk disclaimer, I'm just going to leave that so people can have a look at it. Because a lot of times people sometimes think performance is not necessarily indicative of future results. No, you might be getting outstanding results, but and you've got a strategy that's 70% accuracy, and then you've had 70 consecutive winners, but then the 30% losers. Now that's the time when it comes about, and that's probably the first time you can actually start the trading strategy. And when the 30% start out instead of the winners, and that's it's all a probability game, and how the discipline and the mental psychology works to support you to get to that next level. Right now, so one of the thing that guys, that we need to sort of have an idea about is, have I got what it takes to be a successful trader? And for me, I sort of have this mantra that once you've got knowledge, discipline, psychology, and money management, then the success will ultimately come. you know. Um, but then it's that knowledge, it's that understanding. It's about that understanding, retraining your brain and telling your brain that, look, you know what, all the negative stuff that I had in my brain, I'm gonna try and get rid of them. And remember, I've had lots of negative stuff that have been in my brain for years, and I've actually had to read books and all sorts to get, you know, retrain, reprogram my brain, because I'm not sure if people are aware that, a lot of the stuff, the McDonald's, all of these things, they all condition, so as we see that M sign, we want to buy McDonald's and all of those sort of things. So we have almost got to reprogram ourselves, based on what we want, and based on our needs anyway. Okay. Let's carry on. So for me, these are my sort of, you know, knowledge, discipline, psychology, money management, success, and that's the sort of route that I sort of take. And the first thing, that's the reason why we're going to talk about the training courses at the end, right? Why do I want, why do we really want to trade? Do we want to be like these guys over here, playing golf, having a good time, or you want to be like this lady, chilling, relaxing in the sunshine, probably in one of those countries. Yeah. So for me, it's residual income. It's also leaving. Is it for leaving your job? Is it as a hobby? Is it to diversify your career? Some people might say, well, you know what? I've met people at university who have said, look, I'm here studying because I just want a degree in physics, because basically, when I was young, my parents couldn't afford it. Or when I ask people again, they might say I'm doing a degree because I wanted to prove to myself that I could do this thing. Or at my age at this point, I just want something to occupy my time. But ultimately, people have got to make up their mind and give a reason why they want to trade. Yeah. Now, what are some of the books to read? And in terms of YouTube, and to improve our psychology, because guys, let me tell you something, the psychology is the key. It's not about the strategies. Sometimes it's that your brain and telling you to walk away, or telling you, yes, you're doing really, really well, you know so ultimately, these are all the books that I think you would need to read over the next couple of weeks before we start the real course itself. So Rich Dad Poor Dad, and ultimately, in Rich Dad Poor Dad, it's that mindset that an individual need. And ultimately, what, even in Rich Dad Poor Dad, it's about basically an individual, who went study PhD and so on, and the other guy who doesn't have the big qualification, but yet still he's doing very well. Trading is one of those avenues one can take, where you don't need any big qualification. If you're willing to put the time in, screen time that is, see how the chart works, and you follow the teachings that I'm going to be providing for you, then you'll be fine. Think and Grow Rich. No, that one is that one is basically just about your mindset, changing your mindset. When it comes on to growth mindset and changing that, that negative energy and getting rid of the negative energy out of your system. That's the book, Think and Grow Rich. Laws of Success, similar person wrote the book. And ultimately, guys, this is like The Disciplined Trader by Mark Douglas. You've got to read those books. Okay, guys, now I've got a link where you can get access to a lot of these books and so on. So, you don't have to, if you want the physical copy, it's up to you. But you can always talk to me about getting these books and how to get them, right? And then the next book you need to get, guys, Jack Schweizer, the New Market Wizard. Um, this book, and guys, all of these books I've read since last year, December. I just got deep into them. For example, all of these as well, they've got YouTube videos as well that ties in with them. So, if you're, for example, in your car, drive, you just put your Bluetooth on and you're basically just, listening to them. And you listen, and then sometimes they then go back and read the book. It makes life so much easier. Okay. Now, we've got Jack Schweizer. Now, in Jack Schweizer, it shows where there's so many different strategies out there. You've got this one particular guy who his win rate is like 7%, but yet still this guy is a multimillionaire. You know, because his losers are very small, but when he wins, very big, very big. This guy is just amazing. So when you read people like those and you realize that, look, it's all a mental game, and that's the reason why I'm talking about the psychology today. It's a mental game, guys. And if you can change that mental state of mind and have a really positive outlook and a positive frame of mind, and be able to follow rules, yeah, and that's what you're going to get in this book, which we call The Disciplined Trader by Mark Douglas. And all of these things, guys, you're going to read the book, and sometimes, it's challenging to understand it, but I'll break down all of those things when I'm doing the training with you. I'll be talking to you about all of these sort of the Rich Dad Poor Dad, the Think and Grow Rich. I'll be taking out the key concept of these books and sharing them with you. So I will also be helping you to condition your mind in the right way. And then this other book, One Good Trade. It's a really good book as well. So I quite like that one. But for me, this one is I love this one, The 5 Second Rule by Mel Robson. Oh, she's amazing. This lady, she was really struggling in terms of her life, and her husband and her, they were really struggling in terms of paying bills. They got into business, they got into bankruptcy and all sorts. And then one day she was lying down and basically in her bed, and she was like, five, four, three, two, one, blast off. You know how when you've got NASA, and NASA basically, is going to be blasting one of those rockets into space, and you've got the five, four, and she did that, and basically, and then start getting up out of her bed, she wasn't answering the phone calls when people were calling her because she was in debt. She'd over leverage herself, borrow money from this, that, and the other, and this 5 second rule now is helping her to make millions. And for me, I use a 5 second rule. If I've got someone to go and talk to, say for example at my work, if I've got someone to go and talk to and say certain things to them that normally I would be scared to do, right, guys, I'm telling you, five, four, three, two, one, go, and I'm gone, and I'm doing it. And I'm also thinking about, because how our brain works, our brain will always shy away from sometimes the most challenging things to do, because our brain, that's the way our brain sometimes set up. So our brain is going to say, oh no, that's going to be seem, impertinent, that probably might seem, not appropriate. And you're thinking, well, you know what? Mm, no. But then if you know it's something that you've got to do to move to the next level, then guys, five, four, three, two, one, go. And that's how that one works. So that's another good one, guys, I would say, have a look at. Right now, how do you overcome the emotions and the psychology of trading? Okay, guys. For me, you see this guy over here. That was me a couple of years ago, crying. That's me sometimes. Like this lady here. What am I doing wrong? I'm trying my utmost best. But guys, guess what? Right now, I'm telling you. You can. All of these things is what I am going to be doing for you. I'm going to be helping you to overcome these things. Why? Because I didn't have anyone holding my hands and showing me how to trade. I sort of learned all of these things on my own and going on different courses, and just like I would probably say hours and hours of YouTube, hours and hours of books reading. Now what I'm going to be doing is cutting that work out for you. So all the pain and heartache that I went through, before I got to where I'm at now. It's basically I'll be showing you. So therefore, I'm gonna reduce that time for you. And that's the ultimate game, really, right? So a trading plan. So if we, that's how I'm basically looking at this. Putting together a trading plan, right? And a trading plan, then we're looking at is, as the saying, who fails to plan plans to fail. And ultimately, what we've got is the money management. We've got the entry rules. We've got the exit rules. This is all we need, really. Yeah, the amount we're gonna risk. How much? Because guys, if we put on a trade, right? I remember once, right? I put this trade on, and I was risking in that trade, £3,000, right? And that was just back in the days when I was an idiot. That was like too much leverage. But anyway, that trade went in my direction, right? And but initially, I was down £2,500, right? No, I couldn't sleep that night. And I was like, please God, let this thing go back in my favor. Please God, please God. And guys, let me tell you, I was shaking. I couldn't sleep that night. I was down £2,500. Now, why was that? It was because I over leveraged. I wasn't trading the plan. The only way I should be trading and risking £3,000, 1% of an amount, I would have to have £300,000 in my bank in my trading account. Because what you want to do, you want to trade 1%. Yeah, 1% your risk per trade. And because I wasn't doing that, I was risking far more. So therefore, guys, the only way we're going to be able to deal with the psychology, we've got to have rules, we're going to have risk management, yeah, we're going to have exit rules. And once those things are in place, guys, we'll be fine. We will be successful. You know, right now, what are our daily goals? What are your daily goals? You know, what is an earning amount that you would expect daily, weekly, monthly? You know, today I will. There's no guarantee that one day you might go into the market and you might make £2,000, and that's probably going to be, say, for example, if you think I made £2,000, that's my monthly goal. Now one of the rule is that you've made your monthly outcome. Then you get up, you walk away, you turn that computer off, you go and play golf, you go and have fun with your friends and mates, play with the children, do other stuff, you know, if you've achieved your goal. Because a lot of times when people then say, "Oh, I've achieved my goal, now let's go for more," So you've got to treat this like a business, guys. This is not, like, you just get up and you just say, "Oh, I'm going to do this and do that." It's not like you go down to bet, is it William Hill or one of those places and just go and put on a random bet. This is a business. You've got to treat it like a business. You've got to show respect for it, because there's, most things in life, you want to be a doctor, you've got to go and research and study it to become a doctor. Someone has to teach you. Now, luckily for trading, someone will teach you how to put the charts on and all those sort of things and show you the rules and so on. And we've got trading plan, we've got a business plan and all those sort of things, and get ourselves organized. Yeah. So that's a good thing about trading. And for me, basically, as I said, it's teaching you how to work this thing. Now, say for example, your weekly goal could be, say, £200 per week, realistic and achievable based on your account size. So, for example, if you're going to be risking £200, then you want this to only be 1% of the account size that you've got. Yeah. Right, guys. I'm hoping I'll see some people. I'm not seeing anybody saying anything. Um. Okay. Okay. Right. Okay. Okay, guys. What will you trade? Okay. Now, if you look at this, jack of all trades, master of none. Wow, this is a key one here. Jack of all trades, master of none. Okay, guys, I will only trade. Initially I would say, yeah, only trade, guys, a few currency pairs or a few stocks that set up at the time. But guys, don't, and this is one of the thing. For me, when I initially started, I was all over the place because you try one thing, it doesn't work. You want to try another thing, and the cycle just continues and continues and continues, and it's like just a revolving door. So guys, we've got to be patient. We've got to be patient, just like with everything else. I've got this friend now who's doing her degree, and basically, she just wants a degree like tomorrow. But ultimately, we've got a series of courses that we've got to complete first. We've got to, you know, we've, we've got the second year, we've got the third year. It's almost like she'd want to do the entire lot in one year, and sometimes it's very challenging to do that. You know, so we take our time and we go along as we go. Right now, when is the best time to trade? Now, this depends on your ability to focus without too much interruption. Now, guys, I'll give you an example. One day I was here trading, and my daughter came and she was talking to me, and I don't know, something about school, and I put a trade on. I supposed to put £5 per point, I think. Yeah, £5 per point. I ended up putting two zeros, and I put £500 per point. Guys, that was like my whole body just almost collapsed inside. And guys, you can't afford to be interrupted while you're trading. If you're going to be, that is if you're trading like live market. I don't trade live markets anymore. I trade basically when the market is smooth. There's not much things happening, and I put my trade on, and then walk away. I take all the emotions out of my trading now. Put the trades on, look at my risk level, and walk away. Put my trades on, walk away. That's what I do, guys. Yeah, yeah. Put my trade on, walk away. That's all. Yeah. Put my trade on, walk away. I am not going to let the market, I'm not going to be going into the market. I'm going to let the market come to me. Make sense? You don't sometimes, it's a really beautiful lady or a young man out there, and you like that person. Sometimes, that person sometimes have to come to you, because you're special. You look in that mirror, you're powerful, you're beautiful, you've got everything going for you. And sometimes you've got to say to that person, you're gonna have to come for me if you want me. Make sense? Okay. Not greedy, guys. No greedy stuff. No, I would suggest trade forex and stock during the calmer stage of the market. For me, guys, and this is what I'm going to be doing as well. Every night, Monday to Thursday, guys, I put trades on. You guys will be able to see the trades I'll be putting on at that time of the night. That's the opportunity that you're going to get. We're going to be making profit and losses at the same time. But then, guys, what will happen ultimately is that we're going to make more profit than losses because we know what we're doing. But you won't be at this stage just yet. It will take some time for you to get to that stage. But that's the thing. I will be teaching you and taking you all the steps of the way. And if you're willing to sit down and do the stuff that I'm asking you to do, then I can't see why you can't be successful. Right? Don't be like this lady here over a cup of tea trying to do stuff when she's very tired. Right, guys? Now, what time will you trade? Now, give yourself different time. For example, I will trade Mondays, Thursdays, Fridays from 10 p.m. to 12 a.m. in the night. Then I put those trades on. If you don't want to sit around, sometimes when the signal occur, you could do something to keep you busy. For example, you could, sometimes with me, when I used to put live trades on, I would just get up and just mark my books, get up, walk away sometimes. Yeah, you know. So that's how I would do it sometimes, guys. For example, your trading can change during the initial trial. Over once you've established. For example, guys, let me give you an example. I tried at least, I would say, about 25 different trading strategies I've tried over the last 7 years. And you try one strategy, and every time I've tried one strategy, guys, I try it, it works, and then once I start losing, I stop that strategy and then move to something else. Because, guys, and right throughout all this time, I was searching for the Holy Grail, not realizing that there is no Holy Grail. Yeah, there's no Holy Grail, guys. All it requires is that patience to understand that. Look, guys, if you're one of those ice cream vans out there, and in the summer months, well, in England, there's almost like no summer months, but yeah, yeah, we'll take the ones that we get, right? Now, this ice cream truck now is selling ice cream like non-stop, but then he's got the winter time when people sometimes don't want ice cream, so the sales are going to go down. And that's the same thing in trading. You can't expect that it's going to work every single time. And guys, that's one of the main bit that your brain will have to just accept that. Look, you're gonna have losses, and that's the pain the brain sometimes needs to learn. And you've got to say 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, this has happened, right? I follow my risk management, right? I followed my trading plan, right? I've actually I have looked and I've followed everything to the T. I've ticked all the boxes. So why shouldn't I put my next trade on? 5 4 3 2 1, put my trade on. And it's as simple as that, guys. Right? So my risk per trade now. This is something that you must confirm before you sit down, guys. There must be no deviation from this amount, regardless of your situation. Guys, I remember once I put a few trades on, and then I start using this thing we call martingale. Oh, it was really bad. And I was up for the day, I said, you know what, let's put on a bigger, let's put on a bigger trade there. And I was like, I put on the trade, and the trade was going out of my favor. So I then started using martingale to see if I can recover, and I was just going. Now, normally and I'll give it this, and this happens a lot, guys. Over a 2 week period, I'll follow my rule, and everything is going really well. 100% winners, 100% win over 2 weeks. And then that 1 week now, when things aren't going well, you're thinking, no, I'm not. I don't want to stand the loss. I don't know. I don't want to lose. I don't want to lose any. I don't want to lose. But guys, my brain back then wasn't developed to understand that. Of course, you're gonna have losses. It's a business. You've got your outgoings as well. You can't just have every day getting money coming in. It doesn't work like that. Reality doesn't set in like that. And because reality doesn't set like that, our brain is not like that. So then what we've got to do is then tell our brain how to deal with stuff like that. Make sense? Okay, right. So for example, based on account size of say £10,000, then you'd want to say, okay, I'm gonna put this trade on with and I'm gonna only risk £100, right? And guys, it doesn't have to be £10,000. It could be 100. It could be, it could be, for example, £100 account. It could be a £200 account. But that's all. I'm just using a £10,000 as an example. Okay, and trade with a maximum of say three pit trades open. So if you lose, you can withstand several losses and still be able to trade in the market. Because what you don't want to do is then risk £1,000 and £1,000 and £1,000 and end up losing, and then find it difficult to recover all the losses. So what we and all of this, guys, is all down to that mental brain that I'm talking about. How our brain works, how we end up. I give you an example. This guy, I was talking to, was helping with the psychology of trading, and he said to me, Marlon, you know what happened? I put some trade on, and I was doing so well, and I had a few losses, bad losses, because I was doing, I sort of over leveraged myself. And he said, you know what? I felt so down. I felt out. I turned the computer off, and I said, let me walk away. But then, because the losses were so massive. However, if he was following his trading rule, I said, look, guy, if you're following your trading rule, all you could have done, right? Okay, for that day, switch your computer off, forget it. You've had a loss, but it's a part of the process. And then get back in. You know what he said? All the trade based on the strategies that they would have put on, he didn't take them because he was too scared to do it. And that's what it will do to you if you've got significant losses. Okay? Right. Now, so why is my what is my profit expectation for each trade? So your profit expectation should be consistent but not fixed. Guys, what I'm actually saying here, you must basically earn the right to increase how much you're going to risk. So say, for example, if we're risking, say, a pound per point, and you've been increasing the money in your account is compounding, then what can you do then is you have earned the right to increase your risk level because of the amount of money you've accumulated in your account. Make sense? Because you're always going to say risk 1%, maximum 2%, I would say, of your account on any one trade. Yeah. And I would say B1, guys, unexpected flux. For example, and this is typical, guys. You have 3 consecutive winning weeks at trade size £1.50 per pip. Now you decide, you know what? Oh my God, I'm a top man. I'm a top woman. I can do this. And then you decide, you know what? Why not? Why am I doing £1.50 when I'm that good? Let's do £5 per pip. And then what happened, guys? The day when you put in £5 per pip, that's the day when the market move against you. Yeah, because you didn't follow your rules. Because if you had the losses, you'd had so many winners in the past, then that would have been just a matter of, expenditure, you know, and then it wouldn't have been that killer. So, guys, we've got to be consistent. We've got to be consistent and follow simple rules. Follow our trading plan. This is all about the psychology, right? What will be my entry strategy? Now, you must write down your rule based strategy, and it should not change in any shape or form. Trading different system, looking for the holy grail, guys. For example, the MACD crossover, guys. If you're gonna say, and MACD, is just one of those terminologies, just one of those indicators that we use. Okay, it's nothing special. It's just one of those indicators that we use, really. And I'll just give you a chance just to look at this. So you must write down your rules, as I said, and it should not be changed in any shape or form. Yeah, because that's what you're doing, and you follow the system that you're using. And guys, for example, after I've taught you the two strategies that I'm actually using, now I don't expect anyone to then go off and then start doing their own thing, because as I said, guys, and also, if for example, if I've taught you my two strategies and you're not comfortable with them, then I'm also going to have one of my sessions where I'm going to show you multiple strategies, and then I'm going to say you choose one that fits you. Because if you, after you've read The Market Wizard by Jack Schweizer, you will then understand that a lot of the times it's not about the strategy that you're using, but about your mindset and about your understanding of your psychology. Yeah, that's the key. Right, guys, now how many pages do you need to create your trading plan? Right? Now, if you have a trading plan and it's more than an A4 paper, then you're doing too much. Less is more, guys. Yeah, just know less is more for us as traders. And guys, one of the key for me, and one of the key that's helped me to develop over the time, is the fact that I'm able, right? I'm able to understand where I'm going wrong and what am I doing wrong, or because I've got my trading journal. I've got my trading journal for every single trade that I'm doing. I've got my journal, and I'm actually saying, okay, yeah, this is how was I feeling sometimes when I put the trades on, and so on. Yeah. So we've got to make sure that we actually, looking at what we're doing. Now, the next bit now, guys, as promised, I'm going to show you. I want to share it to you. One of the trading strategies that I use. Okay. And this one is supply and demand levels. Yeah. Okay, so let's have a look now. Right. Now this is a chart, a monthly chart, okay, with Euro USD. Okay. And at the moment the euro is 1.19 against the US dollar. So it's and basically all I'm doing, this is 1 month worth of trading. So it was in a down month because it's red. This is 1 month of trading. It's but this is an uptrend because it went down there, went all the way up there, right? Okay, guys. Now, a lot of the times when you see these things happen, because the big bankers are trading, what we want to do, we want to get on the side of the bankers. Okay, and this is what we call naked chart trading. This is like just we call this price action trading. So I'm looking at the price, and this is all I'm using. Okay, guys. Now what I'm going to do, and I'm going to put my supply and demand levels, right? That's the lowest point there. This was from 2002. Okay. And I'm going to put my highest point there. Okay. Guys, when we start the course, I'll teach you about the highest point of the candle, the lowest point of the candle, where the candle open, where the candle closes, and all those things. I'll teach you all of those things. But for this webinar, I'm just showing you just the tip of the iceberg of, one of my trading strategies. Okay. But this is one of the ones that I use, and it's profitable. Right. So what I'm going to do now, I'm looking at the market now. The market is going up, 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 up in an uptrend. In an uptrend, it goes to this point, pulls down back to this level, right? Okay, guys. So what I'm doing, I'm taking the low of this candle, right? Taking the low of this candle. But also what I'm doing, I'm looking right over here as well. Okay. And I've realized, right, as well that I want everything to line up. Yeah, you can see the low there. This thing pulls up to that level, pulls back to that level, right? See? Okay. Then I'm looking again. It pulls from there. Hits there. Pulls up to that level. Yeah. And guys, look right. What happens over here? See, I didn't look to this side, but look what happens. So these zones at this point here, structures leave clues. We call these things different structures, right? Look, every time it hits this point, it goes back up. Guys, can you see that? Every time it hits this point, there's a major incident always happen at these points, right? So I'm going to do that again. I'm going to look again, move up to that point, pull back to that level. Yeah, pull back to this level. Okay, guys, look again. Look again, guys. Look what happens. Pull to that point, pulls back there. Okay. Right, guys, look. Pull back all the way up to that level, comes back down to this level. Okay. We're going to have, times when it's sort of oscillate between the levels. Okay. I can always put one of my levels there. Guys, pulls up to this level here, comes back there, pulls back up to this level here. Here we go again. Okay. Yeah. Okay, guys. Yeah. So that's what we've got there. So I put my supply and demand levels on. I can always sometimes, right, guys, because we've got these, because remember, guys, let me tell you, this one here, this move from here to here, that is 707. That's roughly 840 pips. Okay. Yeah, that's this roughly 841 pips. So therefore, if I say, for example, if I said this thing, I know this thing has got some, at this point, something normally happens there. And say, for example, I realize this candle, and I say, look, this thing moves all the way down to this level. That's 2,921 pips, guys. Now, if I did a pound a point, and this thing move, in 14 months, this thing would have moved 2,921 pips. So you'd get 2,921 pounds. That's how that thing would work. Okay. And we already know that anytime it comes to this level, something will happen at these levels. Also, guys, I can see another level here as well. Yeah. I can see another level there as well. There's a level here and a level there, because basically, if you notice, this was like what we call a sideways movement. Yeah, sideways movement. This is, for example, this is an uptrend. That's a downtrend. Okay, but we'll talk all about those things in the courses. Now, guys, what I'm now going to do, I'm going to move down to say, for example, the weekly chart. Okay, guys. Now, if you notice, you can see the sideways movement. So what I would do here, this bit here is what we call ultimate, like, it's a big fat candle. This one is what we call an engulfing candle there. Okay. And this engulf those two candles. Now what I would do is I'll put an entry here above this candle with a stop loss there, which would be a lot of pips, risking to get back to that level. So this would be like a 1-to-1 trade. But I would prefer to take trades that's 2-to-1. So I'm getting 2 for every 1, and even if I had 5 losses, I'll still be in profit. If I'm getting if I'm risking 1 to make 2. Yeah. Now, this again, we see a buy signal at this level, but we wouldn't take that one. We'll take it here. When we get to this level again, buy signal there, up there. Yeah, and guys, look, structures leave clues. Yeah, look, at this very point, we could be looking, yeah, to sell at this point. So one trade I could put here is basically put my entry there, my stop loss above there, which I'm looking at risking 200 pips to make 414 pips. So if this thing break below here, then I'm into this trade. Yeah. Okay, guys. Now that's if I'm doing the weekly. Now the weekly would be bigger. You'll take on bigger risks. So then we look at the daily now. With the daily, right, guys? Let's have a look at the daily now. Here, this is the day. This is daily chart, the weekly chart, monthly chart, the 4-hour chart, the hour chart, the 30-minute chart, the 15-minute chart, the 5-minute chart, the 1-minute chart. Right. Okay. Here now, that's 131 pip risk. Okay, guys, now we're waiting for this thing to break below here. Okay, guys, but guess what could happen here? It could break below here, but only come to this point here, which is 170 pips. Because what? Because at this point, there was a cluster of candlesticks there, right? So sometimes also, the profit target ultimately will be here, but you've got to also be mindful of this sideways movement. Will sometimes can then, affect the whole trading process. Okay. Now, this is what we've called now, like it breaks above, yeah, this level. Now, guys, this bit here is what we call supply level. This is when a lot of people basically, buy, and decide that, No, this thing is becoming too expensive now. It's almost, 1.2 the euro is worth at the moment to the dollar. So basically, some people are saying, no, no, this is becoming too expensive now. So what some people might do will, or say, for example, if the if you've got some big transaction now where people within the eurozone need to buy other products, right? Now, then basically what will happen is because they're stronger, it's easier for them to get other currency at a cheaper rate. But then what about if they want to sell products? You know, that can be the tricky one for them. Now, so then at this point here, more likelihood is that this market is going to move back down to these levels here. Okay, and the fact that we've got an engulfing candle there as well. Yeah, this is what we call an engulfing candle because it'll engulf this one. Now at this level we call this the supply level. At this level, if it comes back anywhere in this level here, we call this the demand level. Okay, okay, guys. Now let's have a look again. We get this level here. This is what we call this is what we call the an engulfing candle again. Yeah, this level here we call it what? Yeah, this level here we call this the demand level. When we get to the demand level, then we're moving all the way up, and we're gonna be cautious at this point here, and even at this point because we're looking left because structure always leave clues, guys. Look at this, guys. Once I put this on your chart, then that's it. Every time, this is what happens. Look, hits here, hits here, hit there, you know, hit at this level, right? Look at that, guys. See, engulfing candle. Look at this move. This is a really big move. Really nice move here, guys. Look at this. You're looking at 800 pips. You're risking for this one. You're risking 128 pips to make 800 pips, guys. Once you get that engulfing. Now, once I put this on your chart, right, guys, it's there for life. You know, and we're looking at a nice trade here coming up. But guys, I remember I'm saying nobody should be going and putting on any trade. None whatsoever. Please don't put on any trades. You need to learn the system. This guy I was mentoring and supporting. And while I was there, I said, don't put on any trade, don't put it, and he was risking real money. Guys, don't be insubordinate. Just learn first, get the knowledge first. Follow the process. You can open a live account, nothing is wrong with that, but follow the process. Yeah, follow the process because we're going to be using a demo account to start with. But as I said, guys, follow the process. Right, let's get back to this now. For this webinar, yeah, we still got some time. Right, guys, okay, guys, we're coming towards the end of the webinar. Hopefully it makes sense, guys. Can I get some feedback based on what I've said just now? Let's get some feedback. But my volume drop. Someone said my volume drop. Guys, can you still hear me? Guys, can you still hear me? Can I say yes if you can still hear me?
Yes.
Okay. That's brilliant. Okay. Right. Yep. Okay, brilliant. Okay, guys. Now what do you get with this course? This is what I'm going to do for you guys. You see this man over here, you're gonna have to do some work, guys. We have this thing in Jamaica. I'm not sure if people know it, but if you want good, it knows if you run. You can't just expect that it's just gonna come like that. Okay, so for one, the starting part of the course is what is the forex? What's the forex, the stock and the commodity market? What's about? That's going to be our first couple of lessons, along with what I want you to do over the next 2 weeks while we get everything ready. Is that I would like everybody to basically to start reading those books and watch those clips so we can start working on the mindset, how these markets are traded, and the terminologies, because ultimately we need to understand those keywords, the terminologies, how it works, and so on, right? How you go about selecting a broker, but I'll do all of that work for you. What is the fundamental technical analysis? What is price action? Price action was just what I was showing you just now. What is trading and psychology and how they relates to each other? How news events affects trading? How to write a trading plan, a business plan? What is money management? And if, guys, if you notice there, up to this very point, I haven't spoke or said anything about trading, going on and start putting on money and those sort of things. I haven't said any of that just yet. Now we start talking. We're going to be looking at the trading platform, the charting software. And guys, I'll be going, I'll be renting a location where we're going, we sit down and I'll show you exactly how to do these things. Your hands will be held right throughout, showing you how to get these things done. If you can't make it, then basically, I can always do it online because I can have access. This program will be able to give me access to your computer so I can download and show you to do stuff. How to choose a trading strategy, price action, how to draw trend lines, what are moving averages, how do I use the indicators to trade, what are teach you my two favorite trading strategies, price action and moving average, below and above. Real life trading with me, weekly signals as well, all of those things that we're getting. Okay, guys, now we're coming up to the costs of all these things that I'm going to be doing for you, right? Okay, now this is the cost now. This is it. Okay, guys, basically, the cost will be $450, but this is what it's going to be about, right? So if you sign up today, right, guys, this is what I'm going to do. If any of you, and I'm looking to, for I would say the first 5 people to sign up, right? This is what I could do for you. If you sign up before the end of, say, September, right, and fund a life account of £130, this is what I'll do for you because I believe in myself and I know I'm really good at what I'm doing at this very point in my lifetime. And guys, that's the thing I'm saying. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're good at what we're doing. We're doing it properly. We're following rules. We're following a trading plan, right? That's how we do it. So I will cover the first 50% of this money. So for example, if you open an account with £130, I will cover up to £65 of that account if you incur any losses. Okay, but whatever else, you're on your own with that. Okay, I will download my software to your computer. Now, guys, this software cost me over £3,000. Yeah, I'm going to be downloading it to your platform for free, and you'll have access to that for life, right? You will have my continuous support for the next 6 months. You will have two-hour slots with me in person, all right? You will have 1 hour per week for the next 6 months. So every week you'll have 1 hour at a time, yeah, when we'll be going through the trades. We'll be talking about trades. We'll be going through all of the slides from the previous slides that we spoke about. All of these things here, we'll be going through them. Okay, guys? Right. Also, you will get an email. You'll get email support. Also, guys, what I'll be doing as well, we'll be, I'll set up a Facebook group for this group of traders. And basically what we're doing there is sharing our trades. I'll show you how to share all of those things on Facebook and how it works. Okay, guys, now for me, it's not about, if you can afford to pay $450 in one go, that's fine. But then, guys, you've got to let me know you're serious. And I'm allowing, you can pay either in 3 installments or you can pay in full. So if you divide 450 by 3, you could pay £150. And guys, after I work on all of these things, this course really is coming out at less than, I think it was £7 an hour. That's what it's come up to. But then ultimately, my thing is, if I can get you guys making money and profitable, then you're going to be sending more people to me. And that's what's going to happen. So you're going to be sending more people to me, and I'm hoping that, people are going to want to sign up. So guys, what I needed to do now for me to show me if you're interested is to type in into the chat box if you're interested, and then also I'm going to put my email into the chat box as well. And if you're interested, guys, you've got to email me and let me know. But as I said, the first 5 people to sign up, guys, I will, as I said, give those people that 50% cover if they incur any losses. Okay. So my email address, I'm going to type my email address in the section here. Okay, guys, that's my email address there. So if you want to sign up, guys, this course will start in the next 2 weeks. And guys, you'll be able to put this success around your normal day-to-day um, job and everything else, because ultimately this is not supposed to be stressing you out or anything. So as I said, guys, if you're interested, you need to send me an email, you know, and so on. But what I'm now going to do, guys, I'm going to be taking questions now. Yeah, I'm going to be taking questions now. So, guys, you can type your questions in into the chat box, and then I'll respond to them. So you can start doing that now if you wish. Um, Guys, yeah, one question now. So when is this paid by, and when does the lesson start? Guys, how much have I made this? Oh, guys, yeah, I remember I said I've lost a lot, but now I'm now becoming profitable. I'm making a minimum, I would say, probably about, because, and it's also right now based on the account size. Yeah. So basically, in terms of, if we look now, when is this paid by, and when does this lesson start? Okay, guys. Now this lesson, all of this will start mid-October is when everything, because I'm giving people time to sort out the books. Now, people who are interested and keen to start this, you would need to pay this money by the end of at least the initial payment, which is £150, by the end of September. Right, guys? Any other questions? I've only had two people ask me questions so far. Right, guys. Now, let me tell you something. What I'm going, someone said, how much in the black are you? Okay, guys, let me tell you something here. In terms of in the black, now, what I'm ultimately going to be doing for you is reduce, is to is to make sure that the losses that I incur when I first started, you don't get into those things. Because now for me, trading is now residual income for me. Now all the losses that I incurred in the past is no longer happening, because I now understand what I shouldn't be doing. Now for you guys, the pain that I felt in the past, you won't be feeling those pain if you follow the simple rules that I'm going to be showing you. The creating of your plan, your trading plan, in terms of your risk management, in terms of your psychology, and that's the key. Any other questions? Any other question, guys?